Teacher talking sports with us would do how we live. And when we think of the all-time best goalies, a lot of people are probably going to name like Marty Brodeur, Dominic Hasek, Patrick Waugh, more of the not super old timers. All those guys played in the 90s, Waugh and Hasek a little bit in the 80s. But one of the all-time great goalies who may not have been talked about enough because he played before a lot of people were alive is Ken Dryden, who had an incredible career, albeit just 8 years, as he retired in his prime at the age of 31. But I do this series, Forgotten Athlete Friday, where I take a look at former professional athletes, maybe more and more forgotten as years have gone by. Ken Dryden is not forgotten, but what I do want to tell you is that he should be remembered with the all-time greats at his position. And if you didn't hear, yes, that last night, Ken Dryden, 6-time Stanley Cup champion. Remember what I said? He played 8 seasons. So 6-time Stanley Cup champion. Passed away at the age of 78. New York Times is this after a battle with cancer. You see the Canadiens owner's statement, Jeff Molson. Ken Dryden was an exceptional athlete, but he was also an exceptional man. Behind the mask, he was larger than life. We mourn today not only the loss of the cornerstone of one of hockey's greatest dynasties, but also a family man, thoughtful citizen, and a gentleman who deeply impacted our lives and communities across generations. He was one of the true legends that helped shape the club into what it is today. Ken embodied the best everything the Montreal Canadiens are about. Sorry, that's my daughter. And his legacy within our society transcends our sport. As I mentioned, just 8 seasons, but what in 8 seasons they were. He did win 5 Vezinas. Now, Vezinas back then were given to the goalie whose team gave up the least goals per game. But you see, he definitely would have won some Vezinas if they were just given to the best goalie. Leading the league in wins 4 times, save percentage 3, goals against average 4 times in shutouts, 46 shutouts. In his 397 games. Incredible, as mentioned. 6 Stanley Cups, including the Conn Smythe in 1971. Just incredible numbers from Ken Dryden, who, if you take a look at the lowest goals against averages of all time, Dryden is 8th, slightly better than Brodeur. Of all the goalies listed above him, a lot played way back in the day, like Alec Connell, George Hainsworth, Charlie Gardner, Lauren Chabot. Really, Hasek's the only modern one. But these are still all-time greats. Tiny Thompson, one of the greats from the earlier days of the NHL. But yes, Ken Dryden definitely deserves to be on the list of one of the greatest goalies of all time. Just an incredible career. Doesn't matter that it was just 8 seasons. I mean, you think of guys in other sports who didn't necessarily play all that long, but had such lure. Maybe a guy like Gale Sayers or Terrell Davis in the NFL. Ken Dryden is that for the NHL, and definitely a tough loss for the hockey world, but he's just someone I wanted to bring to everyone's attention because, obviously, again, played before I'm sure most people viewing this were born. Last played in 1978, 79, so I shouldn't say that, but before a lot of people's era. And again, just because his career was only 8 seasons doesn't mean he shouldn't be considered one of the all-time best. Rest in peace, Ken Dryden.